Hello, good afternoon here in the UK from Auntie Nelly's kitchen table. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. I know that Bronwyn and Peter Harrison are watching from down under that there Australia, and they've got bloody COVID. So I hope to God you're both feeling much better soon. Let me know in the comments where you are joining me from. Please let me know. I know it's been a hot minute since we've done Sunday service and since I've been live with flowerpots here at the kitchen table. So give me that like, give me that love, and give me that share. What is Sunday service about? It's about flowerpots writing into the page. I've probably forgot to write into the page now because I've not been around, but please continue to do so. I open up the inbox, don't know what I'm going to read. That's the joy of going live, not knowing what I'm going to read and not knowing what the reply is going to be. Any advice I do give on today's show is purely for entertainment purposes. If anybody comments on this live with prize, win, gift, inbox me for a prize or whatever, it's a scam, don't fall for it. Hello, Donna Marie in New Zealand. What time's it there? Are you like 10 hours in front or 12? Hello, Rhonda in Virginia, USA. You'll be back in hours, won't you? Mel Hargan is joining from Ireland. Stacey Clark has just joined. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening to each and every one of you. Hello, Julie from Hull. Hello, Samantha Ann Haddon has just joined. I didn't know whether anybody was going to join this live, but Geordie Grief says, good afternoon from Nottinghamshire. It is so wonderful to be back on a live, sat at kitchen table and ready to service you, because that's what I do on a Sunday. It's Sunday, it's time for me to service you. Hello, Nicola Jelly, and congratulations on your new grandson. Well then, where have I been and what have I been doing and what the fuck's been up with me? Well, kind of lost my sparkle a bit and my fire in my belly and my motivation, and didn't really understand what was going on, but my mental health took a bit of a dip. I was in recovery for my eating disorder. As you all know, I have an eating disorder. If you don't, that's news to you. That's okay, not a problem. And fell off the wagon and started binge eating to cope with problems I was having. If anybody understands a little bit about binge eating, I'm just going to give you a little quick thing of what I've been doing. Hopefully stopping now as I'm back in therapy. When you're a binge eater, an overeater, when you've got an eating disorder, you turn to food for comfort, kind of, I guess. And you eat that much that you kind of know how much to eat in order to be able to be in pain. So when your tummy is in pain, you're physically in pain because of the amount you've actually ate. It kind of takes away all the other feelings that you may be experiencing, whether that be thoughts in your head, racing thoughts, anxiety, because physical pain kind of takes over. So I was sort of using and turning to a lot of things I used to do to mask what was really going on. So luckily, with the support of professionals, back in therapy, and hopefully I'm going to be once again being able to say I'm back in recovery. At the moment I'm not, I'm taking it day by day. Hello, flowerpots. But we'll see where we go. But there has been a lot of very testing, trying times behind closed doors. Now, I absolutely love doing my reviews, and I started doing my reviews 5 years ago. It's been 5 years. And I absolutely started it thinking, I'd love to review some products, but only if I can do it and tell a funny story and, you know, make somebody laugh. If make somebody smile, brilliant. If make somebody laugh, job done. But because of everything that's been occurring, I've not had many funny stories to tell, so I have filmed some reviews, watched them back. I hate watching them back because I can't stand the sound of my own voice. it's been difficult because I've thought, well, that weren't funny, or that's not really a story that you can tell and people will laugh. So I've not had much going on where I could inject that humour, that funny, that me into that vlog for you. So I kind of stopped doing it. But I'm back now. There's lots of funny stories to tell. There's lots of things that have been happening. I did lose my comedy. I lost my sparkle. I lost my motivation. I didn't lose the will to live. Absolutely not. I didn't lose the will to live, because I've got my beautiful daughter that will always be priority and paramount, and I want to stick around for as long as possible for her. So I wasn't in a dark place, as dark as I have been in the past, but it's not been good, and I've not been good, and I've really struggled. There's been days where I haven't actually wanted to face anybody, put my phone on silent, on do not disturb, archived a lot of people, put a lot of people into block, and just tried to detoxify my life and people around me that wasn't causing me happiness. Any fun sponges, gone. Anyone who just comes to me for their own actual self-worth and self-esteem, gone. Unless anybody in my life now is bringing happiness and peace to my table, I don't want them. And it's been a difficult thing to do with some people, but I've realised that I was an emotional crutch for quite a lot of people. I was the person that everybody comes to. Now, I love being that person and I love being that friend. But who did I have? Apart from my lovely mum. And mum is absolutely fine, thank you for asking. But apart from having mum to go to, I also then didn't want to be that person that I was only going to mum when I had problems, or every day was a problem. So, this is just a snapshot of what's been fucking going on. It's been an absolute fucking nightmare. It hasn't been my own doing, and I've had to find different coping strategies now to cope with life. Because I've always suffered with anxiety, and I've always had good coping strategies. If you ever see me in the dentist, you see me doing the tapping. That helps. But my coping strategies were not helping, and I started turning to very old vices from a long time ago in order to sort of, I don't know, kind of gone a little bit of a self-destruct, let's say. But yeah, so it's been tough. It's been really tough, and I'm not saying I'm all better, but what I'm saying is I've been here before, and I've been on the floor before, and I've got up before. So if I have to have this conversation another 30 times, that's okay, because I'm proud for each and every time that I keep trying to get up. And that's what it's about. It's not about being knocked down or the reason you're knocked down. And it's not about blame, a responsibility of somebody else's doing. It's about how many times you actually fucking pick yourself back up. And it might take you a day, it might take you a week, it might take you 5 months. But the fact is, be proud that you get back up. And here I am, and I'm back up, and I'm here back with you. So if anybody has any struggles at all, please reach out to me, because I have reached out to so many people. And I think it helps when you talk to people. I mean, the first thing people say is, the fuck do you mean you've got an eating disorder? What the fuck are you talking about? And I think, I know, yeah, I'm morbidly obese. Yeah, my BMI could be a lot better. If I went in the doctor's tomorrow with my fucking arm hanging off, he'd tell me because I eat too much. My eating disorder really sort of exacerbates when I'm not well, when I'm not mentally well. And I've never been afraid of saying I'm not feeling too good at the moment. And I know why I'm not feeling too good, because I'm on a self-destruct. I'm binge eating, I'm doing other things that I should not be doing because it's not good for my health. You take from that what you will, and sure, the trolls or tittle tattle whatever the fuck they're called, will make their own version of that into a new story for them to go and type about, sending you off with love and kindness. You know, you just do what you want to do. It's absolutely fine. It really is water off a cunt's back. I couldn't give a shit. I've had that much going on. All that around me hasn't even fucking been able to get through the fracture. But I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of my scars, and every day's a battle. But isn't it for all? Isn't it for all of us? And I think my mental health actually started declining around about 2019. I think the autumn, when I look back at what actually I was doing and how I was trying to cope, and I think it just came to a head. Yeah, I think it was like 18 months of self-destruct, and that's why I've not been around lately. I think it was a real struggle to do Parental at Christmas because I wasn't well. It was a real struggle to do things I've been doing the year of 2020-21, not just because of COVID, but because of my mental health. I haven't been myself, I've not been me, and I'm still not really me, but I'm a lot better than I have been. So, there we go. I hope that's a little bit of an explanation. I actually thought I was going to get really emotional, so I brought myself a box of tissues. But I'm alright, aren't I? And I think that's another thing. You can talk about things, and when you're not crying, I think it shows you that you're healing, that you're actually healing. Because could I have talked about this last week? Absolutely not. Could I have gone live last week? Absolutely fucking not. It absolutely terrified me. Now, I won't say, oh, shout out, please, who am I shouting out? Maria Kissett, hello, darling. I won't say that I wasn't terrified coming live today. Have you put on weight, Nelly? Ha ha ha. Once I finish this live and you go back and see it, yes, Linda Ratcliffe, I am no longer in recovery with my mental health. I've been really struggling, and my binge eating, my overeating has took over. So have I put on weight? Yes, I fucking have. Is it all paid for? Yes, it fucking is. There you go. Have I put on weight? Yeah, I have. But you know what? I've lost a lot of fucking baggage, and for that, I'm happy. Hi, Kath. You all right, Mark? Lovely to see you. So yeah, I do get questions of, you banged on weight. Yes, I have. A lot of people in my inner circle, Claire Whitby, will know that I'm not very well when that happens. I've always been a big girl. I'm always going to be a big girl. But people know that I work so hard as well to be physically well. It's not about looking a certain way. For me, it's how I feel physically. And I haven't felt physically well because I've been on a path of destruction. So have you put on weight? Yes, I have. Do I give a fuck? No. Couldn't give a fuck while there's elasticated clothing street. I'm just easier to see, a lot harder to kidnap. But do I want to get back on the wagon of recovery? Absolutely, because it'll mean that physically I'm better and mentally I will be better. So if you're asking me have I put on weight, watch the beginning of this live and you'll know why. So there you go. Have I put on weight? Fucking brilliant. When you kind of try and pour your heart out. Anyway, how have we all been? What have you been on with? Who has been doing what? What have I missed? What have I missed? Loads, I bet. Fucking loads. Brilliant reviews coming up. I have got that lip thing that TikTok made me buy. I have got that face shit TikTok made me buy. I have got... I've got fucking loads of shite. But there is... a thing that I'm going to be reviewing, but I've got to do it for 45 fucking nights. I don't know whether to bother, but anyway, we'll see. But yeah, I've made my list, I've done my stock take, I've got all my reviews ready, I know what I'm on with. Please keep telling me what you want to review. What is it that TikTok is making you nearly buy and you're not sure? I mean, that fucking pore primer. Listen, wait for it review. Wait for the review. And Sunday Service and Claire Whitby's following the Johnny Depp case. Are we team Johnny or are we team Amber Turd? You tell me. I know which I am. Yeah, and Nighttime with Nelly will be back on Wednesday. So Nighttime with Nelly, Sunday Services and reviews are back in the bag. Nelly, do you have TikTok? Fucking do, yeah. Just you wait 1 minute. Helena at work has to help me with TikTok. I ain't got a fucking clue. And then Youngun's in office. Oh, I'm gonna cry for a minute. Who am I on TikTok? I am Auntie Nelly Uncensored 13 on TikTok. And if there's any young people about, then that's when I'll say, will you help me do a TikTok? Because I ain't got a fucking clue. I ain't got a fucking clue how to do a fucking TikTok. I have tried, but yeah, maybe that's something I need to get on down with the kids. Yeah, still writing for Chat Magazine here in the UK. My column comes out every Thursday. Still doing That's Life Australia and That's Life New Zealand. Oh, Team Johnny all the way, they're saying. Team Johnny all the way. Woo! Give it up for Jack Sparrow, our captain. Yeah, I think Amber solicitors were very clever bringing her in on the last couple of days for her testimony, because now they've got a break, so that's what's sticking in the jurors' minds. But all I have to say is this, right? Would anybody take the stand and actually quote from a film? Because when she quoted how Johnny made her feel, I sat there thinking, I don't know if I've met her in real life, because I know that. Yeah, it's only from one of your fucking favourite films now, The Talented Mr. Ripley, where she talks about how Dickie makes her feel. Would you get on a stand and actually quote a film? Does that then not mean that you're right good at acting? I mean, if she is right good at acting, I hope she's not fucking playing her in Hollywood blockbuster. Yeah, there's lots of Johnnies coming through, lots of Johnnies, Team Johnny all the way. Listen, Auntie Nelly would say there's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, isn't there? We'll never actually know. But, yeah, pictures and recordings and video evidence doesn't lie. And if anyone's watching this live, if you have got somebody in your life who is an addict, whether it be alcohol, drugs, gambling, drugs, I think I've said that, eating, whatever it may be, please don't record them. Please don't record them while they're so fragile and so vulnerable, and then put that on show for the world to see. Don't do that, because you're just being a bit of a cunt doing that, aren't you? And you're showing somebody without their consent. You're then filming somebody without their consent, and then making a show of that person, showing them at their most vulnerable. I just think it's a bit cuntish. So, but I don't think for 1 minute any of my flower pots would do that, because you're all bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. Team Johnny, Team Johnny, Team Johnny. Shall we? Oh, yeah, now then, that's a good one. I've suffered with allergies lately, and I was trying to blow my nose the same way that Amber blew her nose on stand, and I can't quite get it off. That'd be a good TikTok. Right, shall we get going with the very first Sunday service now that I am back? Oh, see, Swally's on. Hello, darling. I'm back in the house, back at the kitchen table. It's Sunday, I'm here to service you. You've had a bit of a catch up. How boring's that? Let's get on with some Dear Auntie Nellies. Yeah? Dear Auntie Nelly, my daughter has started seeing a fella. He has a bad reputation because of rumours in our village. Oh, Christ on a bike. Oh, he's got small kids, but he doesn't see them. I don't understand if he's just not bothered or if he's not allowed. I don't know what to believe, to be honest, but I'm worried about my daughter. He's not the kind of man that has morals that I would like. Please help. Right, well, rumours, are they rumours? Do you know why he can't see his kids? Is it because he can't be asked, or is it because he's not allowed? And if he's not allowed, then why is he not allowed? Yeah, I'd be a bit concerned. But have you thought about having a conversation with your daughter and asking? Because ultimately, if she's a woman of age, it's her... Oh, happy birthday, Todd. Oh, whose birthday is it? Hang on. Oh, it's my boyfriend's birthday today. Happy birthday, Todd Doherty. A lovely picture of you dressed up as a fireman in my inbox would be a lovely gift to me from you on your birthday. Happy birthday, Todd. He's my boyfriend, and my mother-in-law Linda is watching. Now, for anybody who wants to go to the Daily Fail with that, he's not really my boyfriend. I've never met him. He's a flowerpot son who is a bit end of. Hi Claire. Hi Claire, lovely to see you on. So, right. Have you spoke to your daughter? Have you said, listen, what's going on with this fella? There's loads of rumours in village when I go down and buy me milk and eggs. It's her choice to make. Whatever happens in their relationship goes on behind closed doors. You've got the Concerned Parent Act going on, absolutely for that. But have a word with her. If she decides that she wants to be with that person, we don't know, do we? And I think once we don't know, Vicky Campbell, happy birthday to your little boy as well. If we don't know fact, then rumours, that's when they start churning. So don't listen to the rumours. Go to your daughter. And why don't you actually get to know him? If your daughter decided they're in a relationship, would you not want to get to know him? And I'm not saying go up to him and say, right, you, I've heard some rumours about you. Get to know him. But things like that you can actually ask your daughter about, can't you? You can say, look, I'm your mum, I'm concerned, what the fuck's going on? Oh my God! Mr. Albuquerque is getting married! Joseph, congratulations! I'm so happy for you! Oh my God, that's lovely. Well done, darling. She's a very, very lucky lady. We all remember Mr. Albuquerque, don't we? He was a single widow looking for love. He's obviously found someone and he's getting fucking wet. Well done, Flower. Proud of you. Have a fantastic wedding. Okay, so back to Concerned Parent. There is also a reason why these rumours have come. You know, yeah, shit stinks, doesn't it? And it can stick, but there might be a bit of truth to some of it. So speak to your daughter. If you're not happy with the answer she's giving you and you're still feeling concerned, you can actually look into Claire's Law. I don't know where you're asking me from. You could be anywhere in the world. But you could actually do further checks. I'm not saying go to fucking MI6 and, you know, don't do that. But you can actually do further checks to put your mind at rest. But if your daughter's happy and then you're happy, everyone's happy, let them fucking chat. Let them chat and spout their fucking shit. No one's interested. No one's bothered. You know, you need to be worrying about gas and electric at the minute. Dear Auntie Nelly, my sister-in-law copies everything I do. My sister-in-law don't copy me. I don't think she thinks I'm right cool. She buys the same clothes, accessories. She's even bought a car just like me. And she's styled her lounge exactly like mine. Colour scheme and everything. Oh. Right, okay. Okay. I've just found out she's going on holiday as well to the same place in Lanzarote. They've booked the hotel and flights just the same as me and my husband. I feel like I just can't get away from her, and I was looking forward to a holiday away from her with my hubby. What should I do, as she is hubby's sister? We do have a laugh together, but it's all just a bit too much. I want some us time. I was flattered at first, but now I'm just fed up. Nobody copies me, really. So, yeah, when somebody were to copy you, say like, they go, oh, that's a nice dress, where have you got that from? It's flattering, isn't it? You're like, oh, someone wants to look like me, maybe not look like me with Mrs. Moonface, but they want to like, they appreciate what you've got, your good taste, and they want to. You know, there's no law about somebody buying a grey sofa because you've got a grey sofa. Or you've got a pink car and they've got a pink car, or, you know, hotels in Lanzarote will house a lot of people. So it's not just going to be you and hubby on holiday. But if you feel like she's just smothering you a little bit too much, that's the bit that I'm concerned about. You know, where is this going to go if you don't have a frank and brutal conversation about it? If you don't say, listen, I love that you love me and my style, but I was thinking about having an holiday with your brother, just us two, because we need a bit of us time. And I'd hate the thought that we're walking round a hotel and I'm going to have to ignore you. I don't want a foursome. Obviously not with his fucking sister. That'd be a bit wrong. So I'm thinking of, before I do it and be a bitch about it, I'm thinking of changing my hotel. Happy to meet up in airport with you and have a pint at 6 in the morning. Why do people do that? Anyway, I guess you're on your holidays. I'd rather be in fucking duty free, covering myself with fucking shite and looking like Coco Klein when I get on plane. But anyway, I'd rather, you know, keep your flights the same, meet up in airport and then go your separate ways. Can you change your hotel? If not, make her aware that you're looking so forward to this quality time with your husband, because for all you know, by doing that, you could be offending husband as well. As husband noticed? Does husband just think, well, the sister-in-laws, it's what girls do? Does he realise how offensive it is to you and how it's making you feel? Now, if you're a bit of a cunt, like me, I'd be wearing clothes that were absolutely disgusting, really unflattering, colours that did fuck all for me. And seeing if she fucking bought them. Seeing if she were willing to actually do that. Because I think it's just because you should be flattered and she really looks up to you. So I get what you're saying, it's a bit much. It is flattery. Have a little chat with your husband and see if you can change hotels. And tell her about it before you do. And make sure that she's aware of why you're doing that. Because sometimes you do need to break away from other people. It's nice to have friends and family around you all the time, but sometimes you do need time as a couple. But you know, get some purple dungarees on in cord with green monstera plant climbing up it. Make your own patchwork. See if she'll fucking copy that. I reckon it'll stop. Anyway, dear Auntie Nelly, my mum passed away 5 months ago. I'm ever so sorry. My dad has just announced he is marrying his lady friend. Oh, I didn't even know he had a lady friend. Oh, oh, daddy. All of a sudden, he's making plans for a wedding to a woman I've only ever met once. And I seem to be the only one who thinks it's ridiculous. I'm not sure what to do. All I keep hearing him say to me is, listen, love, life is too short. Your mother showed me that. I'm just so overwhelmed. Any advice? Right. So, Mum passed away 5 months ago. It's very still early days. Okay. It is very early days. How long has Dad been friends with lady friend? We don't know. You've met her once. You're concerned, you're still grieving for Mum. There's still a lot of shock and trauma there. And then this new woman comes in. I ain't saying she wants to play a stepmom, and she probably doesn't. And it doesn't sound to me like she does, because she doesn't want much contact with you. But all of a sudden, you're going to your dad's wedding that you didn't know you were even anywhere near ready for finding a new love. When he calls her a lady friend, he might be at the age where he wants a companion. He wants a companion. He wants somebody to be there for him, and he like maybe looking after Mum, and he wants to look after somebody. What is the problem here? Life really is too short. Age is a privilege denied to many. Tomorrow's not promised to any fucker. What is the problem? Is it the shock? Is it the, oh my God, Mum's only just dead and you're getting wed? Are you feeling that maybe Dad didn't love Mum? Are you feeling that he's cheating on Mum? Are you feeling that, how can he commit to somebody else when, you know, she was everything? Ask these questions, have that chat with him, say, yes, Dad, I know life is too short. Mum did teach us that. But are you sure you're doing the right thing? I'd really like to meet your lady friend a little bit more if she's going to be so important in your life. Have you got concerns over inheritance? Is she going to sign a prenup? There's a big fucking conversation that needs to go on here, because people can sometimes lose their mind. And we have to be the rationale for them. And you can have that conversation with Dad and say, listen, Dad, are you doing this as like a rebound from mum's death. There's no right time and wrong time to fall in love again. Grief doesn't have an age. Everybody grieves in different ways. But I'm just wondering if you're okay. Are you? I'm absolutely fine. Well, fuck it. Get to know this lady friend a bit more, then you can be absolutely fine. But if he is doing things and saying things that are not quite tickety-boo, you can ring your general practitioner and let them know. I don't think my dad's right well because I don't want him to make this mistake, because what can we do? He's a grown fucking ass man. You can't stop people. And it might not mean that he didn't love mum, and it might not mean that he's not going to still be upset that she's not around. And I think sometimes when our parents move on, it's almost like we lose that connection and that emotional attachment to that time because a new person comes, and it's almost like they're going to break that memory. They're not. He's entitled to have new memories. He's entitled to fall in love. He is entitled to be happy. And that really, at the end of the day, is all you should want. Regardless of how that makes you feel, put them on the back seat for now and make sure that you're there for dad and you're watching him and making sure that he's not being taken advantage of and he's not too vulnerable to make this decision. Once all that's in check, then let him go with love and kindness, because he deserves happiness as well. So, yeah, get to know lady friend a little bit more as well. Get to know lady friend, eh? How long has she been in bloody picture? Where's she bloody rocked up from? Not on my watch, but yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? It is a tough one. I mean, I hated my mum's partner after mum and dad got divorced. I gave him a really rough ride because he wasn't my dad, and I wanted my mum and dad to be married forever. And mum waited for me and Robbie, my brother, to be fully grown adults before she made the decision to leave dad. And I think the shock of that was anger, loss, grief, disappointment. She kind of took down that white picket fence, but I'm so proud of her that she did, because she deserved life as well. But a new partner, I hated him. Absolutely detested him, and wouldn't give him a chance because he weren't my dad, and he shouldn't have been with my mum because my mum should have been with my dad. So don't do that. Don't be a cunt like that. It's not nice. Dear Auntie Nelly, okay, my partner and I do not want children at our wedding. Okay. Although we do love children, I like how she comes in with straight away, I am not Miss Trunchbull. Okay. We are having a small ceremony with just 25 guests. 25? Does that mean someone's not got a plus one? Am I coming to a wedding? So I wouldn't have a plus one, is it? Am I the 25th? 25 guests. Most people understand and are excited to spend a child-free day away. Okay? But of course my sister has kicked off. Because her daughter, my niece, who is 4 years old, has not been invited. Oh God. No, I know where this is going. She says she can't get a babysitter for the whole day and night, as the only adult she trusts to have her daughter, my niece, will be at the wedding. So it's best she doesn't come. She also assumed the child would be the child. And you're saying you like children? Not really selling yourself here. Okay, she said she assumed the child would be my bridesmaid, and how upset her daughter is now that she isn't being my bridesmaid when I haven't even asked her to be. It's my wedding, not hers, to parade her child about. Mum has now got involved and asked if I can change my mind, as she is my niece, and she's so upset because she wanted to wear a princess dress, and it will just keep the peace. I'm now feeling so upset about it all that I feel like calling it all off. What would you do? Well, I would assume that if you were getting married and you were having bridesmaids, that your niece would be a bridesmaid, because she is only 4 and she's your only niece. Bit old-fashioned, Auntie Nelly? Probably. Do people have little intimate weddings now without kids? Absolutely. Will sister take offence that child's not being a bridesmaid? Yes. Will she say, I'm not coming to the wedding then because of no babysitter? Yes. That is not your responsibility. This is your wedding. This is your little day. Can't call it a big day. I'm 125th person's priest, or vicar, or registrar. I feel right sorry for this 25th person who ain't got a +1, bless them. Only because I know how it feels. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it's your day to do with as you fucking please. Don't cancel your wedding. It's your wedding. It's yours and your partner's. And it shouldn't actually matter about the other people, the 23 people. As long as you and husband and registrar, so other 22 people are there, and you say, I do you? Yeah, I do. Go on then, let's give it a go on site register. What would it fucking matter? It wouldn't. These other people who've been invited, they have a choice to come or not. I think your sister spat a dummy out because she's immediately wanted her little girl to be your flower girl. She's told her about it. Oh, Auntie Anonymous is getting married and you're going to look so beautiful in a princess dress because she's 4. That wouldn't have registered. Her sister's planted that seed. Sorry, your sister's planted that seed. So it's up to your sister to unplant that seed. That's not your issue. I'm not going to say whether it's right or not to have kids at wedding. I'm not going to say whether it's right or not to have bridesmaid, flower girl, fucking page boy, ushers, groomsmen, whatever. You do you for you. Be you for you and enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Be strong. Tell your mum you won't be changing your mind. It's not about keeping the peace. And if she can't be there, you understand. Cut it off. Don't be like giving her options, giving her help. Don't be doing it. She can't be there for you on your big day because she's got childcare matters. That's up to her and you shouldn't feel any guilt or any problem with that. You just crack on, congratulations, and enjoy your wedding. Moving on. Oh, dear Auntie Nelly, do you know? I do, what do I know? Things are tough financially for all. Oh, I fucking know, yeah. Christ on a bike. But my partner is taking it all to a brand new level. Some can do that. We've lived together for 8 years. I'm 45 and he's 51. Since the budget is now making me show receipts for everything. We're not even self-employed and we don't have an accountant. I earn a wage of my own, but we have bank. Oh, hang on. We have separate bank accounts and a joint bills account. But even though I put all my money into the joint bills account, making sure that everything is paid for, so he can't question it, he started saying I should buy things cheaper elsewhere. He even questioned that I had bought sanitary towels, which were 2 packs for £4. He said, why didn't I just buy one? Oh! He's never been like this before. I don't know whether he's been brainwashed by the media. I always make sure I pay all the bills. I just feel like a child and he's treating me like one. Please help. It's been a bit fucking controlling there, isn't it? He don't understand price of fucking sanitary towels. And if they do a 2 for fucking £4, fucking fill your basket up because them bastards are expensive. And I don't actually believe we should have to fucking pay for it. It ain't our fucking fault that we fucking bleed like a fucking bastard, is it? Bit controlling there, and my worry is if he started doing that now, and he has been brainwashed a bit, and he is going a bit funny duddy. I mean, you know, people do change the fucking ways. What else is he going to start looking at next? Is he going to start going through your phone and through your handbag? And it's just really worrying, a bit controlling and a bit coercive control from your partner that they're a bit concerned about why you only bought 1 pack of sanitary towels and you could have bought 2. You're tipping all your wage into bills account, so you've no issue. You've not missed out on any bills, have you? Eh? No. So, I don't know. I would actually really sitting down at #kitchen table and I would say, listen, Flower, I'm not very happy about this. You have only ever got a right to tell me that things are not tickety-boo with my spending if I'm not tipping up my half at bills. But if I am tipping up my half at bills, what the fuck's it got to do with you? If I buy a packet of sanitary towels, a fucking mascara that I probably don't need because I've got 10 already in my makeup bag that I use, the fuck's it got to do with you, Flower? How you spend your money is up to you what's surplus after bills, and how I spend my money is up to me what's surplus after bills. If you don't like it, I'm afraid you're going to have to go down the route of I don't think this is working. We got past 7 year itch, but it's 8 years now and I don't like what's happening. And unless you can meet me halfway on this, then it's ta-da, good night fucking Vienna. Because, yeah, you know, these things happen. They happen because we allow them to. So you brought it up as a problem, sitting down at the kitchen table, let him know how you feel. And it might just be a case of him going, oh my God, you've blown this all out of proportion. And we're only saying, why do you need two? Could you not buy one? It might be, you know, sometimes people actually pointing things out to you is the realisation of how not rational it sounds or how much of a dick you're being. So, yeah, have that conversation. Hi, my lovely dear Auntie Nelly. I'm so sorry to bother you, but I have watched you from the start. Oh, bless you, thank you. I feel so alone. My husband does what he wants, whenever he wants, and me and my son are left to cover for him. Oh, heck. I've done kitchen table, but it's not helped. What do you mean you've done it, though? How have you done it? We need to cover holiday and pay bills. Any advice would be great. What? Have you missed off? What? I feel so alone. My husband does what he wants whenever he wants, and me and my son are left to cover for him. Why are you covering? Who's asking questions about him? Where is it he should be and he's not, so you're covering? What is it you've done at kitchen table? How have you done it? And we need to cover holiday and pay bills. Right, right, it's my first day back. I said be kind. Right. I feel so alone. My husband does what he wants whenever he wants. Right, so if you're not actually in a relationship where you feel like you're in a partnership and you're not with somebody who's ticking your boxes and filling your love cup, and you're not together as a team, then what the fuck's going on? Is it just like you've got another lodger in your house and he's not really providing financially, so you're struggling to pay bills because you've got an extra mouth to feed and they just come and go as they fucking please? Because if that's the case, there's the door and fuck off through it, Flower. Hashtag bye fucking Felicia. Is that what you're saying? Why would you want to go on holiday with someone if you're struggling to pay your bills? Why would you want to go on holiday if you can't pay your bills? Priorities. At the end of the day, your priority is your bills and your son. You've got to pay your bills to keep that roof over your son's head, pay your gas, pay your electric, make sure there's someone in cupboards should he be hungry. That's your priority. Holidays is a luxury and a privilege. Okay? If your husband isn't able to tip up and he's not able to be present, what are you actually then teaching your son? What are you teaching the children of today, our future generation? Are you teaching them that it's okay to be a flaky parent? Are you teaching them it's okay to be a bit of a wasted dad? That's what you've got to think of, because children are like sponges. They soak up everything in their environment. We get these beautiful, beautiful blank canvases at birth. We are so privileged. The first 4 years are the most important in that child's life. Don't fuck it up. Don't turn it into a fucking abstract painting. Do what you need to. Make sure they have the tools in the toolbox to have a wonderful life. Give them the tools they need to be able to be successful however they want to be, to make them healthy and happy. Don't show them, don't give them permission to think that being a bit of a fucking wank splat is okay. It's never okay. Okay? No, not okay, but okay. Moving on. My head is at rest. Hello. Oh, Gillian Hudson's having a chat with somebody. Hello, Katie Smith. She says, here, Nelly. Absolutely. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'll keep this short. We all know about that, don't we? A few fucking War and Peace likes to slide in. I'm a 30-year-old gay man and I've been in a relationship with my partner for nearly 3 years. We get along right well and I truly feel that I've found my soulmate. Here's the problem. I just don't fancy him anymore. I feel like we're just good friends, but I no longer feel sexually attracted towards him. I cannot bear the thought of leaving him though. I think it would kill us both. It's a right situation. I've got teeth now as well. I no longer have temporary dentures. There is no excuse for me. It's the right situation. Fuck. It's not a good situation. What should I do? What, did you fancy him when you first met him? Did you look over and go, oh, I like that. That's a nice snack. Bit me, that. What was it that attracted you to this person 3 years ago? What's happened in the meantime? Don't throw COVID at me because I'm fully aware of it. But what was it when you got with that person that you thought, oh, bit of me in? What's changed? I'll tell you what's fucking changed. COVID has not fucking helped any fucker, has it? This fucking crisis now of not knowing whether you can fucking turn the light on or fucking warm your ass is another crisis. When we're actually living together and we're doing food shop and washing and ironing and drying and who's putting bins out and I'll do bathroom, you do kitchen. It's not right fucking sexy, is it? It's not sexy, is it? And we lose that sexy. So what was it that you had 3 years ago that was the sexy? Because when you get together at first, you're not having to put each other's fucking bins out. You're not having to empty fucking washer. You're not forgetting that you've had stuff in dryer for 3 days. You're not making packed lunches up for work. You're not having to fucking shuffle down one aisle in Tesco and then going back because you forgot the coffee. All these things that we do in everyday life, they're not sexy. I don't know anybody who would find that fucking sexy. Well, probably all the ones who have a foot fetish. But anyway, when you're together at first, you haven't got all that, have you? So it's like, oh, I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Oh, I can't wait. No, me neither. And it's all that lovely, lovely spark of passion and excitement and wonder of getting to know this new person. Not the new person now 3 years on that leaves the socks in fucking stairwell and leaves wet towels on bathroom floor. So go back to 3 years ago, have a think. And what was it that was sexy? What was it that made you think, yeah, there's a bit of me in? Go back, start dating again. Don't start with the sexy stuff. Start with the getting to know each other again, but now, and see if you can find that spark that you had 3 years ago. It's got to be there, and it weren't that long ago. And date nights. I think date nights are so important for couples, regardless of how long you've been together. Some couples have to go away for the weekend because they're frightened of having sex in the house because they've got children, especially when you've got teenage ones. And I always say, what are you fucking bothered about? They'll not hear you because they've always got things strapped to the fucking ears. But make that time for each other as a couple. Don't talk about the bills, the washing, the ironing, your work rotas. Talk about each other. Check in with your partner. Start to make sure that you know your partner every way of the relationship. And go back to 3 years and see what that spark was. And I pray that you get it back. Okay? I love dating, me. I love it. I love it. It's right exciting as a date. Until they fucking turn up and don't look like the pictures. Yeah. Yeah. That happens a lot. Dear Auntie Nelly, I am not morbidly obese like you. Has she just dropped the mic? Have you just dropped the mic? Okay, I'm not morbidly obese like you, but I do have fat on me that makes me unhappy. We don't like the F word here. We don't say the F word. I prefer difficult to kidnap and much easier to say. We don't use the F word here unless you're changing the A for an I. And I do like the fit word. And saying that, when you are my size, you probably wouldn't fit in many places. That's why I always say, easy to see. I'm trying to exercise more, and during the day I eat mostly fruit and veg. The problem is at night I just can't stop. Oh, I don't even want to eat, but I can't stop thinking about it and I ain't going to bed hungry. Do you? I know you're going to ask me, have I got any tips? I'm back in fucking therapy for an eating disorder. Probably not. Do you have any tips or your flower pots? Even when I promise myself I won't eat at night, I do. This is what's keeping me fat when I spend all my energy the rest of the day actively trying to prevent it. Thanks. You're not eating enough in day to warrant you binge eating at night. I know the answer. Do I do it? Do I fuck? But I know the answer. That's why I am one of the best agony aunts in the whole world. Because you bring me your shit, off the cuff, I'll give you the fucking answer. I'm always last port of call because I won't fanny around with you. Bring me a problem, I'll tell you the answer. Whether you go and do that, it's up to fucking you. But do I do it myself when I've got problems? Do I fucking shit? Do I find that an insult? Absolutely not. Am I morbidly obese? Yes. Was I super morbidly obese? Yes, I was. Am I now? No. Would I ever like to get to overweight? Yeah. Not because of how it looks, but because of how you feel. So I'm thinking that you want to get healthier physically, because if you're chasing the Instagram model look, not even the Instagram models look like the Instagram model look that you're chasing. So stop that now. You need to be eating a lot more food in your day. You need to be eating things that are sort of like your carbs. You need to, you're only eating fruit and veg. That's fine, that's very good. But you need to be eating carbs. You don't want to cut anything out your diet. You need to be eating things that are keeping your appetite suppressed healthily. So I think you should change your eating ritual rather than starving yourself through the day and then sitting there at night and going, well, I've been right upstairs so I can have a 16-inch pizza and a garlic bread and a kebab and 17 million jellied babies. No, you can't. If you're hungry, fucking eat. And I think as well what's really important, what I find important when I'm well, I'm not very well at the moment, but when I'm well, I eat when I'm hungry, and I eat. If I'm hungry in the morning, it doesn't have to be breakfast. I will eat what I fancy, rather than it being breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper. That goes out the window when I'm healthy, when I'm doing really well. If I'm hungry, I eat, and that might mean that I eat something substantial in the morning and something much smaller of an evening. But certainly keep up with the fruit and veg. If you really do feel it's a struggle, you can always go and see your general practitioner, always. I'm not saying that you've got an eating disorder, not at all. But there's nutritionists who your doctor can put you in touch with, and they can help. There's also fantastic things that local gyms do. A 30-minute free session with a PT that could like look at your nutrition guides and what you actually need to be eating, depending on what your diet is. Are you maybe vegetarian, pescatarian, flexitarian, vegan, whatever? I don't know. But you need to be eating certainly a lot more carbs, a lot more protein. You need to be eating foods that are keeping you fuller for longer. Certainly don't ever starve yourself. If you're hungry, eat. Eat! And you'll get to know then what is the right amount for you. And don't be thinking I can't have steak and chips for your breakfast. You can if you're hungry for it, and you don't have that for your breakfast, dinner, tea and supper. Eat what you want, when your body tells you. And notice the difference as well. Are you hungry in your tummy? Are you hungry in your mouth? Are you hungry in your head? If you're hungry in your head and this desire to eat is getting big, have a pint of water, see how you feel. I do not follow these tips at the moment. As I said right at the beginning of the video, I've been struggling. Back on that recovery train. It's tough. I'm not finding it easy. But, been there before, done it before. I'm here again, I'll do it again. I hope you've enjoyed today's Sunday service as much as I have. I am back in the house, back at the kitchen table. Send me your Sunday services, send me your nighttime Nellies, send me your reviews, and let me know in the comments if you're glad that I'm back. So without further ado, if you don't see me with a review before Wednesday, I'll see you at 9 o'clock Wednesday night upstairs in room that has no fucking action for night time with Nelly. Thanks for joining me, flower pots, and thank you so much for your patience. Any advice I've given on today's show has been purely for entertainment purposes. Don't fall for the scams. Bye darlings, and I'll see you all soon.